Welcome back to StuntmanStige. My name is Stige, and today, guys, as you can see, we're actually in the stunt garage with the two vehicles, and today we're gonna be doing a little channel overview update and really just explain what we're gonna be doing in the new year, guys, in 2023. I'm big time into setting goals, doing checklists, all that stuff. So I wanted to run through all the stuff for the Baja build, like you guys have been following. And also I got a little bit of a surprise. The Fiesta here, actually gonna be building up to race the Pikes Peak Challenge. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with Pikes Peak in Colorado. And I figure we're building a truck to race the gnarliest dirt course in really the Americas. Why not build a car to race the gnarliest road course? So that's the surprise for the channel, guys, is we are going to be building both of these vehicles simultaneously. And I'm just really stoked. This Fiesta, I've had it since 2019, and it's been a freaking awesome little car, been a little daily driver. As you guys can see, no more Raptor. And with the economy and everything, the car markets has been absolutely insane. And I know I was away, really all of 2022 just working. I've been super busy with work. The Raptor I sold in June just because the car market was so crazy. I figured I'd be stupid not to sell it. Plus, as you guys know, the Raptor, they're great trucks, but they're not the best towing vehicles in the world. That softer suspension, they'll still tow and everything, but I want something that's gonna tow a little bit easier. So I'm gonna save those funds. And next year in 2023, probably towards the end of the year, I'm gonna see what the market does. I'm gonna buy a diesel. That way I can tow the ZR2, I can tow the Fiesta, and I'm probably gonna get another Ford. I really like the F-250s. I've kind of been going back and forth between the Dodges and the Ford. So if you guys have any interest or any insight on either one of those trucks, I'm not like any loyal to any brand, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, GM. I just like whatever I like. If you guys have any suggestions on the Ford side, Dodge side, I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. I love the F-250s. I've always been a fan of the F-250s. But if somebody sways me to get a Dodge, I'm open to it. Hey, if somebody even sways me to get a GM, I'm open to it. Their new interiors are nice. I wasn't a fan of their older interiors, but I do really like their new interiors. So if you guys have any comments or feedbacks on the new diesel trucks, let me know, because I've never owned a diesel truck. You know, I've had family members that have had diesel trucks, but I've never personally owned one. Getting a diesel will be a lot easier to pull these guys around. I want to go through the checklist. I actually revamped the checklist here. So we'll actually start with the Baja build checklist. And this was actually, I have the old checklist. I updated it just to make it a little bit more clean. And I figure I'll just update these lists over time. And fair warning, guys, this is not going to be a channel that is just going to be, you know, it's not going to happen super quick. It might happen, you know, over this next year. I'm hoping to get both these builds done next year, but this is just going to be, you know, whenever it happens, it happens. So if it happens in 1 year, great. 2 years, great. So if you know you're getting onto this channel for something to happen really quick overnight, that's not going to happen. This is going to be a pretty slow process. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. It's going to be a lot of fun. Plus, I'm going to show you guys, you know, all the ups, all the downs. I've never done any of this type of stuff before, professional racing. This is all brand new to me. So any feedback anybody has, if you guys have ever raced Baja, if you guys ever raced Pikes Peak, anything like this, let me know. I'm gonna go to some courses. You know, I want to take this pretty seriously, so I want to go to some, you know, race schools, do the local autocrosses here as well. And like I said, just keep getting familiar with this stuff and just keep getting into that, getting ready for that competition mindset. So I'm not stressed. I don't have anxiety. I have coping mechanisms to deal with that. But I have the updated list here. Here's the old list, and you can see everything that is black. You know, that's everything that's been completed, and nothing's been done since I've, you know, stopped working on the channel. The only thing I've added, like I said, guys, are these lights, and I haven't even connected them because I want you guys to see, you know, all the process. Everything that we've already had done, you guys have seen on this channel, and so I've just cleaned it up, put it onto this list, and so now we have the revamp list. And what I did is on the left-hand side here is I added an N or a W to signify a need or a want, and so the N's, we will absolutely, you know, that's something we need to have to race, just, you know, for safety and longevity on being on those gnarly trails. So like I said, if it has a need, like the tie rod sleeve just to strengthen tie rods, that's something we absolutely need. Has a W you know, under race regulations and whatnot, we can race without these parts. So as you can see, number one, our tie rod sleeves, and the CP just stands for the Chevy Performance. I'm just gonna get most of their stuff. But I'm gonna get the tie rod sleeves. Diff cover, we can, are all wants. All these CP ones you can see all wants, so we can wait on all this, expedite our process getting to racing. I'm gonna get the Timbren front and rear bump stops, the CBI front bumper, and get some lights to that as well, just to give us a little bit more structure up front. Roll cage as well, which I'm still gonna find a local shop to do that. If anybody knows anybody local near in Vegas, recommend building roll cage, let me know in the comments. Fuel cell, and I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, 44 gallons for the class I'm gonna be racing in, the tank I'll need. Communications, radios, get a 35-inch tire carrier, race seats, and 5-point harness, and then the Lawrence GPS. So you can see all these bottom ones really starting from after the snorkel, which the snorkel's a want. Everything's a need here. So really I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wants and 9 needs. So only 9 more needs on this list to really get the ZR2 prepped and ready for racing. And really the most expensive things are gonna be that fuel cell and the roll cage, you know, probably between 5 to 10 grand for each of those. So, you know, it's gonna be, those are gonna be the most challenging as I'm saving up for those this year. Everything else is, you know, onesie twosie. I can't wait, you know, eventually to get the front and rear long travel, the DSSV that are already in. These are just what come with the truck, but I can't wait to get the long travel, thicker, beefier, and they 15% more travel, which will be great once we really start pushing this truck and racing. Like I said, guys, the goal is to get this truck done in 2023, get everything completed, and then actually start racing in competitions in 2024. Like I said, this is all brand new to me, guys. I just know that I've had this feeling in my stomach for a long time. This is something I wanted to do for a long time, so I'm gonna do it. And like I said, I really appreciate you guys coming out and just supporting. It's really, really cool to watch the channel build. The exciting new part for the channel in 2023, the Fiesta build, Pikes Peak. And like I said, I want to bring the Fiesta to you guys because it's such an awesome little car. You know, I just took it on a 500-mile road trip, round trip, 34 miles to the gallon. It's an awesome little car. And then I'll drive around daily. You know, it rides decent, little 6-speed manual. It's an absolute blast to throw around, and it's really a dying breed, you know, that's leaving the market. So, and actually this year they stopped making the Fiesta globally. So I just have a really soft spot for these cars. They're absolutely blast. Got the Baja build, Baja 1000. That thing is going to be an absolute beast once we get it done. And then the Fiesta. We'll go through the Fiesta checklist. Same thing, guys, here. Went through an N and W, needs versus wants, stuff we absolutely need to race. And then obviously, so we can actually go in here too. I love this too, because as you guys can see, the 14, still the ST lights up. This car has about 57,000 miles on it. I bought it when it had about 30. And yeah, and this year is the 2014. I don't know if I can see it in the light, but the 2014 on the Raptors too, it had the flake, the glitter, the sparkle. I absolutely love this paint. But yeah, look at 20, you know, car's 8 years old. Awesome little ride. So real quick, we'll do it inside the car just so the vibe's right. The Fiesta ST Pikes Peak build checklist. So same thing here, guys. We have a checklist, about 19 items. We got N and W, needs and wants. So you have to see at the top, I'm gonna get the turbo upgraded, the hybrid with the blow off valve, and then get the Dizzy tune. Actually, we might go ethanol, but for right now I'm just gonna run the 91 tune. Want. So what I've read is these fuel pumps that come from the factory from Ford can handle up to 350, 400 horsepower. If I'm wrong on that, let me know. But with the hybrid, I should be around 300 horsepower on 91. And so I'm not going to get the fuel pump right away, but who knows? You know, Pikes Peak's one of those places too. It's very high elevation. I think it goes all the way up to 14,000 feet. So, you know, the oxygen levels, everything's so much different at that elevation. So maybe having this high pressure fuel pump might help with, you know, getting the fuel to the system and to the engine and everything at those elevations. So if anybody knows anything about that, you know, let me know, because like I said, still learning. Fuel pump, and this is with the new injector, so this is a want. And then the tubular manifold, also just be able to move more air, get more power. That's a want, so we don't need that to race. Motor mount from Mount-Tune. I got a lot of Mount-Tune parts and Cobb parts. I absolutely love Mount-Tune. They just make quality stuff. Turbo Smart gauge. That way I just have the turbo gauge right to my left. I can keep an eye on that. These are all needs too. The LSD, limited slip diff. That way we can put full power down even when we're slipping a little. W coilovers, and that's just to get better suspension for when we're up in the mountains and on those roads. Pikes Peak is a road course, so it's not smooth. It's got weird bumps. It freezes, so it cracks and thaws and shrinks and grows, and so yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So definitely going to upgrade the suspension. And KW, I mean, they make some of the best suspension. Willwood brake kit, front and rear. I already have the wave specs, so that's a want. We don't need that. Fog lights, the new amber ones. AirTech rear wing. So these ones are important, guys. So I'm gonna get the big wing, even though I don't like it, you know, just on the Fiesta. But when we go and actually race it, I am gonna get the big wing, the spoiler extension, and the front splitter and the side splitters. Reason being, guys, when you get up to, you know, 14,000 feet, obviously the air density is a lot lower, and that's why when you see Pikes Peak, the time trial, cars have insane downforce and wings and all this stuff, and it might not be the most aesthetically pleasing, but it does an amazing job when you're up, when there's not as much air pressure and that downforce. You just don't have the downforce because of the air density. So the more stuff you can put on there to push that car down to give you traction, the better. So that's why I'm gonna put all this stuff on the Fiesta. I won't leave it on all the time, but when we go and race, I have the big wing, have the spoiler extension, front splitter, and then have the side splitter. So these are all needs as well. Like I said, help us with the downforce. We're up in those high elevations and not a lot of air density. As we go down a little bit here too, guys, 15, this is the best roll cage I could find, and I think I'm pretty sure I was reading the regulations for Pikes Peak, and I'm pretty sure this one will work. If you guys know anything about the regulations, and if you know it'll work, let me know. But everything I read, it looks like this Broken Sports roll cage will work, because it has to have X's by the doors and all these certain thickness, what type of steel you're using. It's all really critical and to pass inspection. Also just more handling stuff, guys. Rear sway bar, subframe stiffening, that's for the front, and then obviously race seats and sticky tires. Haven't figured out what tires we're gonna use yet, but sticky tires are important too. So that's really the full list, guys, for the Pikes Peak checklist. So as you guys can see, these are pretty lofty goals, but this is what gets me excited in life, you know, doing stuff like this. And I've always wanted to race competitively, so why not give it a shot? We are going to continue the nature videos. Also this year, you're going to be seeing more race included content. So I am going to be doing some stuff up in Utah, doing a school up there. There's a local place here, Speed Vegas, that does trophy trucks to race. And so just getting exposure to this, I'm going to bring it all to the channel. And like I said, good, bad, and different. I want to show you guys so I can take you along. But like I said, this isn't going to happen overnight. This is a channel that's going to take some time. But this is the sign off, guys. The Fiesta build, the ZR2 build, Pikes Peak Baja. This is going to be a crazy year. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next adventure.